Can you sleep in complete silence? Or do you need a fan running, a TV playing in the background, a podcast, music, white noise, anything to fill the quiet? If you're someone who can't fall asleep without noise, I need you to listen to this entire video. Because what you think is just a habit, it's actually a psychological defense mechanism. And what it's defending you from will shock you. The noise you need to sleep, it's not just noise. It's a shield. A barrier. A curtain between you and something your mind has been running from for years, maybe even decades. Today, I'm going to show you what silence really reveals. Why your brain needs noise to feel safe, and what this says about your emotional well-being. What silence actually reveals. When the world is quiet, no TV, no music, no fan, no external stimulation, something happens. The noise in your head becomes impossible to ignore. Think about your typical day. You wake up and immediately check your phone. You listen to music in the shower. You have the TV on while getting ready. You're scrolling, working, talking, constant input. From morning to night, there's constant distraction, constant noise filling the space where your thoughts would be. And that's intentional. Because when you finally lay down in bed and it's quiet, all those thoughts and feelings you've been avoiding all day, they come flooding back. Silence reveals. The worries you pushed away, the emotions you didn't have time to feel, the unresolved pain you've been carrying. The loneliness you've been distracting yourself from, the questions about your life you don't want to answer, the uncomfortable truths you're not ready to face. Silence is a mirror. It reflects everything you've been running from. And for people who experience trauma, loneliness, or emotional neglect, especially in childhood, that mirror shows things that are too painful to look at. If the outside world is never quiet, the inside world stays buried. In psychology, needing noise to sleep is an avoidance-based coping mechanism. Specifically, here's how it works. Your brain's primary job is to keep you safe. Not just physically safe, but emotionally safe too. And if silence brings up painful thoughts, difficult emotions, or traumatic memories, even if you're not consciously aware of them, your brain says, "We need to avoid this. It's not safe." The noise becomes a safety blanket. The sound of a fan, the dialogue from a TV show, the voice of a podcast host. These aren't just sounds. They're anchors. They keep your conscious mind occupied so your subconscious pain doesn't surface. This is why you can't fall asleep without it. Silence triggers anxiety. You wake up if the noise stops. Your brain immediately alerts you that the protection is gone. Even thinking about sleeping in silence feels uncomfortable. Your nervous system responds to the threat. Important distinction. Not everyone who uses white noise has trauma. Some people genuinely have sensory preferences. But if you feel anxious, unsafe, or overwhelmed when it's quiet, that's different. That's your nervous system telling you that silence equals danger. And that response was learned somewhere, usually very early in life. Why your thoughts get so loud in silence. During the day, you're in doing mode. Tasks, responsibilities, interactions, distractions. But when you lie down in silence, your brain shifts into processing mode. And this is when everything you suppressed during the day comes up for review. What happens in your mind when it's quiet? 1. Unprocessed emotions surface. Feelings you didn't have time for during the day. Sadness, anger, fear. 2. Worries amplify that thing you're stressed about. In silence, it becomes the only thing. Without distraction, your anxiety has the full stage. 3. Past pain resurfaces, memories you thought you'd moved past, trauma you thought was healed, losses you thought you'd accepted. Silence brings them back to the surface. 4. Existential questions emerge. Am I happy? Am I where I want to be in life? Do people really love me? What's the point? These deep, uncomfortable questions come up when there's nothing to distract you from them. 5. Self-criticism intensifies your inner critic, that voice that tells you you're not good enough, smart enough, lovable enough. It gets louder when there's no external noise to drown it out. This is why silence feels too loud. It's not that silence itself is loud. It's that when there's no external noise, the internal noise becomes deafening. All the things you've been running from, ignoring, suppressing, they demand attention. And your brain learned a long time ago, if we keep noise going, we don't have to deal with any of that. We can just sleep. But here's the problem. You're not actually dealing with those thoughts and feelings. You're just postponing them. Night after night after night. Where this behavior begins, your childhood. Most people who can't sleep in silence have one or more of these childhood experiences. 1. A chaotic, noisy household. You grew up in a home where there was always noise, people arguing, TV always on, siblings fighting, constant activity. Silence never existed in your childhood, so your brain never learned that silence equals safety. 2. Extreme loneliness or isolation. You spent a lot of time alone as a child. Maybe you were an only child with emotionally unavailable parents. Maybe you were neglected. For you, silence became associated with abandonment. Being alone in the quiet meant no one was there, no one cared, no one was coming. So now, as an adult, silence triggers that same feeling. I'm alone, I'm forgotten, no one is here. The noise, a TV show, a podcast, gives you the illusion of company. You're not really alone if there are voices. 3. Trauma or emotional neglect. Children who experience trauma often develop hypervigilance. Silence for these children meant danger could be coming. What's happening in the other room? Is someone angry? Is something bad about to happen? So they learn to fill the silence with controllable noise. If I can hear the TV, the fan, the music, I know what's happening. I'm in control. Silence is unpredictable. Noise is safe. 4. Parents who couldn't handle emotions. If you grew up in a home where emotions were dismissed, minimized, or punished, stop crying. You're too sensitive. Get over it. You learn to suppress your feelings, but feelings don't disappear. They just go underground. And silence is when they try to come back up. So you learn to keep noise going so those feelings stay buried where they supposed to be. The common thread, whether it was chaos, loneliness, trauma, or emotional suppression, silence in childhood was not peaceful. It was painful, scary, or uncomfortable. Your adult brain remembers that. And it's still protecting you from that pain the only way it knows how, by making sure it's never truly quiet. What your brain is protecting you from. So what exactly is your brain shielding you from when it keeps the noise going? 1. Grief you never processed, losses you experienced but never fully mourned. Deaths, breakups, friendships that ended, dreams that died. 2. Loneliness. The painful awareness that you feel fundamentally alone in the world, even when surrounded by people. 3. Unresolved trauma memories, feelings, and sensations from past traumatic experiences that your brain has been keeping locked away. 4. Shame and self-criticism, the belief that you're not good enough, that you've failed, that you're broken or unlovable. 5. Fear about the future, anxiety about what's coming, what might go wrong, whether you'll be okay. 6. Anger you've suppressed, rage at people who hurt you, situations that weren't fair, things you never got to say. 7. Emptiness. The scary feeling that there's a void inside you. That you don't know who you are without your roles, your accomplishments, your relationships. 8. The truth about your life. The uncomfortable realization that you're not happy. That you're living for others, that you're off track from who you really are. Silence doesn't let you pretend anymore. This is heavy, I know. But understanding what you're avoiding is the first step to healing it. Your brain isn't being dramatic. These are real. Legitimate threats to your emotional well-being, at least that's how your brain perceives them. And for years, maybe decades, the noise has been your brain's way of saying, not yet. You're not ready. Let's keep this buried for now. But ask yourself, how long can you keep running? And what would it feel like to finally face what's in the silence? If you can't sleep in silence, I want you to hear this. You're not alone. Millions of people need noise to sleep. And most of them don't understand why, but now you do. The noise is not the problem. It's the solution your brain found to a deeper problem. An understanding that is powerful. You're not broken for needing noise. You're human. And every human finds ways to cope with pain. Yours just happens to be noise. You deserve to feel safe with or without sound. If this video hit different, like and subscribe to Mind Peace. Share this with someone who sleeps with noise. They might need to hear this. You're not broken. You're healing.